Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another video. My name is Katie Hemphill, and I'm coming to you once again from my backyard forest, my backyard trails, today to talk to you about beauty and to talk about joy and to talk about how we can more fully allow ourselves to soak it all in, to soak in the light, the beauty, the joy, the wonder that is here in this world. And coming to you with this conversation, during a time where many of us, would consider us to be in pretty dark, challenging times. There's a lot at play in our world that is dark, is painful, is quite terrible in many ways. And if you know me, if you see what's going on my social media channels and this channel here, you know that I'm the first one to guide our attention to be grounded in all of it. All the challenges that are presenting to ourselves, to stay grounded in reality, to not spiritually bypass, to not pretend that everything's going to be okay. So I'm going to be the first one, to talk about that. But today in this video, I want to take us in a little bit of a different direction because what I know to be one of the most important things that we can do in this life is to make sure that we are here experiencing all that light, all the joy, the beauty, the wonder that's here to be experienced, because it's here and we get to do that. And that doesn't take away from our ability to also be grounded in what I'm speaking to here in this video is the dark. And more than that, it actually, when we allow ourselves to be filled up with joy and wonder for how beautiful, incredible this world is, we allow ourselves to be filled. And when we are full, we are able to radiate out more light into the world. So as we stay grounded in that which is heavy, that which is painful, that which is terrible, whatever words we want to use there, we are full. We are full of the knowing that there is light in this world and there is beauty in this world. And it's here. And we get to be a stand for it. And so, I'm out here. It finally snowed. If you've been following, me this winter, we've been getting such little snow, and it's devastating. Like, devastating how little snow we're getting. One, because personally, I love playing in the snow. Missing out on ski season sucks. But more than that, a lack of snow, forebodes a worse fire season. And where I live, our forests have already taken way too much. So while I sit here in this beautiful part of the forest that has remained untouched, that's not the story for much, if not most, of the forest where I live. So that's been the story this winter, right? Such little snow, and it brings me down. It's not great. It forebodes a future where things might be really bad. But today it snowed. And then the sun came out, and it's a beautiful snowy spring day out on the trails. And while I was hard at work inside writing a fiery blog post on embodied activism, and I just had to get outside. I had to get outside because I've learned that if I don't get outside and if I don't experience the joy of being outside in the forest, soaking in how beautiful this world is, then I don't have what it takes to show up for life. Like when it comes to showing up for the heavy things, I don't have it in me to do it. I don't have inspiration. I don't have the will to do it. So we have to fill ourselves up, you guys. We have to fill ourselves up. And for me, it's getting on the trails. It's getting out to the forest. And I highly, highly recommend that one. Get outside, get your feet on the earth. If you need to, sit your butt down on a rock. Or else go run or walk, do both, mix it up, move your body and then come into stillness. Be present with nature in whatever landscape you're part of. If you live somewhere that doesn't have a whole lot of nature, bring it in. If you live in a city or somewhere else where there's a lot more concrete and asphalt, be a force to bring in more beauty, bring in more nature, so that not just you, but everyone, your whole community can be part of it, be part of this, remembering that we are nature and we have to be out in it. We have to connect ourselves to it in whatever ways speak to you to connect into it. So with these last few minutes, I'm gonna keep this video short today, but for these last few minutes, I want to speak to you the sort of how do we actually allow ourselves to embody more of the light, more of the joy, the beauty, the wonder that is here in this world for us to experience. And you may find it silly, why do we need to have these conversations about how? Isn't that just an innate human ability to embody it? And the answer is yes, it absolutely is. The problem is that we have been taught to push it away, to suppress it. We've been taught that, hard work and a serious attitude is the way to move through life. And that experiencing joy, really truly embodying it can seem silly or like weakness. The other thing I speak to, and this comes from Brene Brown when I was reading her work a decade ago, she was talking about the vulnerability that comes with experiencing joy. We think about vulnerability often in the way to really feel, embody, express emotions, like compassion, caring, it may feel vulnerable to express fear or pain, but the same is very true of joy. In a lot of ways, joy is one of the harder, more vulnerable feelings to feel, to embody. And there are different reasons, I'll let you think on that one. I'll let you think on that one instead of giving you the answer that's coming to me now. But feel into it, really. I invite you to do this practice. Feel into it. How does it feel for you to embody joy? And let's do this practice. Let's do this practice. Maybe you get yourself into an experience, or if you can't physically get yourself into an experience, just bring it to mind. But for me, I think about just the joy of being out here, right? The joy of how beautiful this forest is under this blanket of snow and this canyon, and letting that fill me. But you doing this, right? So what is it that brings you joy? Again, maybe physically, get yourself into that experience. Maybe you have a child and this child brings you joy. So maybe in this moment you can turn your attention fully to your child, or maybe it's a romantic partner, whatever it is in your life, right? Maybe you can physically do it. If not, again, just bring it to mind for this moment and let that joy fill you. And let that joy fill you and let it keep filling you. And as you are in this practice of opening up to receive this joy, this is the important part, right? As you're in this practice, now bring awareness to what comes up. What comes up? Do you have thoughts in your head for how silly this is? Do you have like now a strong motivation to turn off this video and go do anything else? Do you have a strong motivation, like anything telling you to stop this practice, or again, how silly this practice is? And these are defenses, right? And that those are just two examples, right? But noticing like, okay, I'm here. I have all the freedom to embody as much joy and wonder as I possibly can in this moment. What is it in you that blocks that flow? Again, it might be thoughts, it might be stories, it might be like a sensation down in your body, that's maybe coming up from like a deeply rooted belief system. Noticing what comes up and bringing curiosity to it. Like, what is this? What is this? Is this actually serving? Is it actually serving to block this practice that is seemingly such a simple practice, that is embodying joy, embodying light? And do this, do this as you go throughout your day, throughout your week. Like, what are the ways, what are all the spaces that you can show up and call in joy? And here's kind of the next level. In every single moment you find yourself in, every single moment, can you be in a space where you tune into that? Okay, even in this challenging moment, can I still kind of turn my sort of antenna to joy? What joy is here to be experienced? What light is here to be experienced? Maybe joy is a little bit too strong, but what wonder, what light is here that I can call in, embody, feel in this moment? So do it with the easy things. Those things that very naturally, readily bring you joy and wonder and light. Do it with the more challenging ones too, the more challenging ones. Can you, even in those times, find the light? And knowing that embodying the light does not impede your ability to also stay grounded in that which is, which are those very real challenges that we are facing. And more than that, again, as I said earlier, our ability to embody the light is going to help us. It will help us stay more grounded, focused, present, facing those challenges that we have to face right now. We can do it all. And if that messes with your mind, that's perfect, because we're not here so that you can understand it all perfectly. We're here so that you can actually embody it. So my advice, be in practice. If it screws your mind a little bit, like perfect, let your ego and all your thoughts and beliefs up there get scrambled as you put yourself into practice. Embody it, live it, be it. All right, clouds are coming in. It's getting cold. I need to get moving, so I'm gonna go move. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I look forward to catching you next time.